Hello everyone, I'm Nick Yankobuchi and welcome back to RealScreenReviews.com, and our next film is the special effects actioneer Predators. This film opened around the country on Friday, July 9th, 2010, and it stars Academy Award winner Adrien Brody, Danny Trejo, Alice Braga, Topher Grace, and Laurence Fishburne. This film was produced by Robert Rodriguez and comes to us from director Nimrod Antal, director of Vacancy with Luke Wilson, and what I deemed one of the 5 worst films of last year, Armored, with Matt Dillon. I remember going in, I was feeling pretty good because I was thinking that since Armored was the last film that he directed, there's definitely nowhere to go but up. Or down, I should say, but not in a bad way. Because this is how the movie begins. In one of the most intense openings of any film that I've seen, our lead character, portrayed by Adrien Brody, awakens in free fall, hurling towards the ground. His chute opens automatically and just in time for him to thud against the very unforgiving soil. He is then joined by others dropping out of the sky like sacks of potatoes, and it doesn't take long for them to get over a few miscommunications amongst each other and try to band together because obviously there's safety in numbers. When all is said and done, there's a group of about 7 or 8 individuals, and they soon figure that each was chosen for a specific reason. You have a military man, a convict, a doctor, another member seems to have knowledge of the enemy, and so on. They are almost a dirty dozen of the heaviest hitters brought together to bring some opposition to the bloodthirsty Predators. They then realize that the sun does not move, and that after checking, they're astonished to find out that not only is there no direction of north, there is actually no direction at all. Our makeshift team of mercenaries then come to a view of the skyline, revealing that they have been transported to another planet. This is not a futuristic film. It takes place in the now, just not in the here. Well, our characters know that they were chosen and soon become the targets of the titled Predators. The hunters systematically test and examine the physical and behavioral qualities of each team member. They use alien-equivalent dogs and birds to monitor who is the strongest, who is the weakest, and who will be their biggest challenge. One by one, the Predators move in, and in very graphic and bloody fashion, try to eliminate each one of our protagonists. This movie is really not that bad, and it was actually much better than I thought it was going to be. Much to my surprise, Adrien Brody turned in an extremely solid performance as an action star. I mean, he's no Arnold Schwarzenegger, but a quality turn nonetheless. His character always seemed to be one step ahead of everyone else, not to mention that he always had a plan. One reason that I can recommend this film is because it's not a dumb movie. There are a few convincing surprises in the non-complex script that it is, but I would say that it gives you the best story that it can for a movie titled Predators. Most of the film takes place on a planet very reminiscent of Endor from Return of the Jedi, where it seems to be this endless sea of trees and foliage. Then, just about halfway through, we meet Laurence Fishburne's Noland that has survived for better than 10 years, and he has killed at least 3 predators himself. He lives in one of the big alien ships that occupies the planet and provides safety and shelter for our heroes. You know, I was shocked to find out that Noland survived for 10 years because he only lasts about 10 minutes in this movie, however long enough to supply any information and answers that our main characters needed at that point in the film. It was just a convenient character to have, people. The spaceships did add a much-needed location change to the story. I don't think that there was enough of a plot to be sustained entirely on the planet alone, and by moving the action to the ships, it gave the movie a completely different look and feel going into its 3rd act. I can't blame them for doing this, because even in the original, they kind of told the first part of the story of Arnold and his team battling this drug cartel, and then they changed the story and confined it to the hunting of the team on the same one-by-one basis. I also very much enjoyed how they reference the first film more than a few times and make it almost an essential part of our given story. In my opinion, they also pay homage to it when an Asian soldier that is tired of running stands his ground with a samurai sword. I couldn't help but compare this to Sonny Landham as Billy in the original when he confronts our monster in a very similar standoff. Now, Predators didn't have the strongest of storylines, and I thought that some of the jungle scenes actually looked fake. However, it is filled with intense moments, and many, if not all of them, worked. People excited to see a movie called Predators are most likely going to enjoy it, and if you're familiar with the others, you already know what you're getting into. This is much better than the last sequel in 1990, but far short of John McTiernan's brilliant 1987 original. At 1 hour and 47 minutes, it really didn't feel that long, but it's still not a work of cinematic achievement. I will, however, give a mild, favorable review because as far as science fiction, action, and horror go, this was a pretty good combination of all 3. 2.5 stars out of 4, and remember people, I'm not always right, only when it comes to the movies. And thank you for your attention.